It's Tokyo Game Show season, which means there's new Steam demos to try out. Anything from AAA titles all the way down to independent developers. These are 10 demos I tried out. By the time you're watching this video, Tokyo Game Show will already be over. And of course, as per usual, some of these demos will no longer be downloadable, but others will remain even after the end of Tokyo Game Show. There are some games whose demos I've played in prior videos, and I decided to not play those games again in favor of trying out 10 different titles. If you want to see those videos, you should check out the link in the description down below. In the meantime though, here are 10 demos, not ranked in any particular order. The first demo I tried out was the Diofield Chronicle demo. Unlike most strategy RPGs made in the East, this one's a little different. Instead of being limited to a grid, movement is more freeform, kind of like XCOM. The gameplay is real time though, you can pause and slow down the game at any moment in time to give more precise orders at the right times. That said, despite the Western influences on this game is very much a JRPG in nature. And like, story as well. As of the writing of this video, the game will be released this week. So if you're looking to buy this game, maybe give the demo a shot first. The next game on our list is Rusted Moss. This is a Metroidvania with a unique twist. That's right, a grappling hook. The entire game, or at least the entire demo, is based around this grappling hook mechanic. No traditional double jumps, no traditional running, no wall climbing, etc, etc. Everything is based on how you grapple. Now, I'd be lying if I said there wasn't a steep learning curve to making use of this grappling hook, but believe me when I say it's well worth the effort of learning. There is also combat as well, and more often than not you'll have to learn how to grapple and fight at the same time. The next game on our list is Amber City. Amber City is a beautiful little puzzle game right here, and the art style, simply fantastic. This is a puzzle platformer game in which you make use of light to, well, basically progress. You use light to do many things in this game, including open doors, move platforms, and even restore parts of the original city. It may be a little difficult to wrap your head around, but once you play the game and really see for yourself what the game is all about, you'll understand what I mean. Of course, when you progress in the game becomes more and more treacherous, including enemies that want to kill you, believe it or not. Overall, if you like puzzle games, I think you'll really like this game in particular. The game also released earlier this month, so if you like the game, you can just buy it immediately. I might do so. The next game on this list is Bat Boy. I'm gonna be honest with you, I haven't seen a non-sports game this baseball oriented since Ninja Baseball Batman. This game is very much in the style of an old NES platformer. And yes, that includes the difficulty. That said, unlike the old NES games, this game doesn't feel very unfair. It's just a matter of learning to play the game properly. Don't fall for the schmuck bait. This demo here is a bit of an interesting specimen. Before you start playing the game, you'll have to change the language from Japanese to English, so good luck with that. But once you play the demo, you'll realize that Astro Libre is a pretty janky game, but it's also a very awesome game to play as well. Lots of character customization, including skills and weapons and all of that good stuff. Just be prepared though, I was not ready for how long the intro sequence was. The part after the really cool tutorial. And it's a really long demo. I haven't even beaten the demo yet, and I'm like a couple of hours in. The next game on this list is Lunar Lux. It's a turn-based JRPG game with an emphasis on active battle mechanics. What do I mean by this? You'll need to actively pay attention during battles so that you can do extra damage or block and dodge attacks. I do quite like the art style. I can't really comment much on the story because, after all, this is just a demo. While the demo is probably just a small taste of what this game has to offer, I do like the fact that there are more and more JRPGs that are implementing these active battle systems. That way it's not just selecting menu after menu, because no matter how good a game is, that's always going to be a slogfest. The next game on this list is unlike anything else I've ever played before. A genuine, true, one-of-a-kind game right here. Last Command is Nier Automata's hacking minigame. If the hacking minigame was actually just Snake combined with bullet hell instead. I would have never imagined playing a Snake-like game with any sort of real action. There's also a major emphasis on battling against unique entities in the digital space. The game purportedly has a lot of non-repetitive battles, whatever that means. I don't know if that means that there's multiple enemies with very unique patterns, or if that just means that none of the fights will ever be repetitive. I'm not entirely sure what they mean. But you know what, this game is pretty cool. I highly recommend giving this game a fair shake. Do you like moral dilemmas? Then you'll love this game right here. Trolley Problem incorporates Incorporated asks you to answer a bunch of moral, philosophical dilemmas in a time limit. Do you like the trolley question? Do you like questions like the trolley question? Would you do nothing and let 5 people die? Or would you pull the lever and actively kill someone to save the 5? Why don't you guys let me know in the comments? The game asks you several questions that deal with a lot of difficult topics, ranging from the needs of the few to the needs of the many, to actively determining who's worth keeping alive and who's worth killing. Or, better yet in this question, what's better, euthanasia or to just leave the dog be? And no matter what answer you pick, the game will make you feel bad. Like maybe the other choice was the correct choice. Whether or not this game is worth it is up to you, but I think it's a very interesting concept. You could buy the game right now, it's really not that expensive. This next game is a much less bleak game in general, at least compared to the last one. This is Voice of Cards, The Isle Dragon Roars. There's one thing I should mention about Voice of Cards. If you're looking for a deck builder like Slay the Spire or Hearthstone or, any other deck builder game, this isn't it. Voice of Cards is very much a JRPG with a tabletop aesthetic. Everything is represented by cards, lines of dialogue, entire locales. Like, look at this. It's pretty neat. The combat is fairly standard JRPG fare, though with a very tabletop aesthetic, as you can see here. The entire aesthetic is built to really remind you of the TCGs that you've played. Think Pokemon trading cards or, Magic the Gathering or something like that. Is this a game I'd buy? Maybe I'll buy it on sale. It's also worth mentioning that this game came out last year, and it's also the first in this series. You may be wondering why I decided to play this demo now, and I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't know. This next game is also an interesting specimen. It's a fairly unique combination as well. It's reverse tower defense meets card games meets Valhalla? The game is a very intriguing mix of visual novel and life simulator and business simulator, and also this very intriguing battle system. Unlike the last game we featured, this is very much a deck builder type game. And yes, there are bosses. This game is highly intriguing and it's got my attention. I can't wait to give the full game a shot when it comes out. Wait, you can get achievements and demos? Is that even legal? So that concludes the list. Yes, some of these games already released, and some other games don't have definite release dates. Some games could get delayed, and there's nothing we can do about it. Now I want to hear from you guys. Have y'all tried any Tokyo Game Show demos on your Steam Deck? Go ahead and send some comments down in the comments section. I want to see what else you guys are excited for. If you want to support High Tech Lowlife, you should check out our Patreon page. You can support us for as little as $5 a month. And if you like our YouTube content, you should subscribe to High Tech Lowlife. You can also check out our Discord server, where I preside, and also a bunch of other community members as well.